Now, the new dairy season will be kicked off by Moving Day on June 1, which sees many farming employees and families around the country move their cows, equipment and families to new farms. So this is also a time when farmers review their systems and team. Dairy Women's Network is delivering, in conjunction with DairyNZ and PaySauce, online webinars on how to be a bloody good boss, on the 5 employment pillars of success needed on farm, recruitment, the interview process, contracts and orientation around the farm. So joining us is someone who knows a thing or two about being a bloody good boss. In 2018, she took out the Dairy Farm Manager of the Year. Chelsea Smith joins us on the show. Sadly, we can't see her via picture.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on to Sarah's Country. I'd really love to know a little bit about your journey to being a farm manager.
Well, I grew up on a dairy farm in Wairarapa, actually, and then we moved to Canterbury, and it's just been cows and milk and grass have been in my blood ever since then. So blame it on my parents, I suppose.
You weren't always in the dairy industry. I think I read your parents sort of pushed you to try something a bit different.
Yes, they did, and so I grew a great love for wine and travelling. So I managed to get some travelling in while making wine in different parts of the world, which was really great.
Fantastic. I think we share a lot of similar passions here, Chelsea, wine and travel. And so the topic tonight, obviously we've all pivoted into the online world of webinars, which is absolutely fabulous because we can reach so many more people. This Good Boss initiative was something that was, of course, sector-wide with Federated Farmers, Young Farmers, Beef and Lamb, Dairy, et cetera, et cetera. But Dairy Women's Network particularly are going to be focusing on this week. Can you sort of give us firstly a little bit like a brief of how people can to join into that webinar, what sort of topics will be on there before we unpack what makes a good boss?
Well, it's so amazing how quickly businesses and organisations have had to adapt in this time, and I'm really proud to be a part of an organisation that is quickly moving in the right direction so that we can still connect with our communities and still give information at such an important time. I mean, we're coming so close to the 1st of June, so these are tools that we need to be a good boss and to retain and attract great people to our business, because we all know that we can't run these farms by ourselves. So this online webinar series can be watched at any time, which is so great. So you don't have to feel like you've got to be there at the time that it's showing, and you can go online when you're like with a cup of tea, when you're ready, and focus on these webinars and get so much more out of them. So it's a really great thing that's getting a lot of positive feedback.
So we've been talking about your wonderful win of Dairy Farm Manager of the Year. What do you think was some of those key standout things that you do from an employment perspective that potentially contributed to your win, or do you just sort of take them as natural parts of your role?
Well, the only way that I was able to put together and put so much time into showcasing the farm was my team. Like the team is what drives you, and if the team are pushing forward, then everyone's pushing forward in a positive way. So for me, I know that I can't do what I do and I can't manage on a daily basis if I don't have a team walking beside me. So it's just everyone on the same page going in the same direction.
Absolutely. How hard is it to recruit good staff?
Very hard.
We're not going to beat around the bush.
I hope with the latest changes going on in the world and the economy that a lot more people are looking towards dairying and seeing it as a really great work-life balance and a great place to be and to raise a family, and you learn so many skills. I mean, if you're a dairy farmer, you don't leave just as someone who can milk cows. You leave as a builder, a plumber, an electrician. You know, there is so many transferable skills working on a dairy farm, and I think, you know, we've got to keep up with the times, and we've got to realise that, you know, people do want a work-life balance. So how can we as dairy farmers offer that work-life balance to people that are looking to come into the industry, and how do we retain them and get them excited about such a wonderful growing industry? And so it's working with working with each individual, essentially.
Are you seeing a change? I interviewed Tony Coltman and Dana Carver, recent Balanced Farm Environment Awards, and they're very focused on team down here. One thing is really about appreciating people's own personal space with more houses on farms and things like that. Are we getting to that point of appreciating the life, like you said, balance around the big hours and the hard work?
Yes, definitely. I definitely think we are. We can always do better, and that's what these webinars are providing, and all this information through DairyNZ. There is so much information to help us as employers be better at what we do, and we will never stop learning, and we will never stop growing. And so going forward in the future, everything is going to be successful if we're constantly evolving and changing.
What a great way to end the show. Evolving and changing. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. As Chelsea Smith, there ahead of the Dairy Women's Network in conjunction with DairyNZ and PaySauce. Check out those webinars.
This is Sarah's Country.